Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to close my door so I don't get any feedback. Hang on a second. So for those of you that do not know me, my name is Mr. Sorrells. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about Canvas and how to navigate your way through this website. Some of you may be familiar with it from back in the spring when we used it for our GVA. It's going to be the same setup, but some of it may look a little different. The website is the same, I should say. So for those of you that don't know, I am the virtual learning coordinator for Glow Academy. So I will be attempting to meet all of your your Canvas needs as we maneuver through our online virtual learning. I also teach Honors Math 2, which is a high school course, and the high school theater arts elective, which is new to me this year, and I'm really excited about that. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen and walk you through some of these pieces with Canvas. So as I share my screen, I will not be able to see the chat feature, but if you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And at the end of the session, I'll come back and start answering those questions. All right, let's do it. So I'm going to take you through some of the different pieces of Canvas and then actually show you a course. So when you log into Canvas, you see this gray bar on the left side. The first tab here, the Canvas one will take you to the home site, but this first tab here, your account, when you click on that, you can access different parts of your account. You can click on Profile and see your profile with a biography, and you may edit that. You can go to Settings. Make sure your Glow email address is listed here. It's the way you log in, okay? All of this information should be updated here also. If your name here says a number, have one of your teachers help you edit that number, okay? Because when we do our grading, that number shows up instead of your name, and we want to make sure that we have all of the correct information and we know whose stuff we're grading, all right? Your dashboard, when you click on that, you should see some things that Canvas calls tiles, and those are the squares that represent each of your courses. So you can access all of your courses through your dashboard if you'd like to. Now, you should only have 5 published courses, your leadership advisory, and each of your core classes with an elective, okay? When you click on courses, that will give you a list of your courses that you can access from there as well. The calendar you can use to get updates by dates. Your inbox, you can message your teachers directly through Canvas, and that message will push to the teacher and they can respond to you in this inbox. Whatever emails you send through here will push to the other person's inbox in their email account. And when teachers respond to you here, it will also send you a notification to your Glow email that you've received a response in Canvas, okay? Now let's access a Canvas course and see how it's all set up and how we need to navigate through it. I'm going to use my theater arts course as a template here to show you. And I'm going to click on Student View because this is what you would be seeing if you logged into your course and opened it up. For some teachers, you may see the most recent announcement up at the top on the home page. I encourage you to always check your announcements before you do anything else. So your announcements are going to have really important information, especially the ones that are sent out every week and coming through on Sundays. These announcements are also going to be pushed through to your Glow email, so you'll receive them there as well. Those weekly announcements on Sunday will give you an introduction to what you're doing for the week. As you scroll down, you'll just make sure that you read all of that information. It may have some important links, and if anything changes throughout the week, that update may be there in announcements as well. Okay, so make sure to check your announcements first before you do anything else every day. You can go back home to the home page by clicking the Home tab at the top left. Also on our home page, scrolling down, you will see the teacher's information, the teacher's name, their email address. If they have a Google Voice number, that could be listed there, their time for office hours, and the remind code for that particular class. Okay. Now let's talk about modules and the to-do list over here on the right. Your to-do list is what you should be doing throughout the course that's already been posted. Notice here, it tells you how many points that each piece is worth and the date that it is due, okay? Just by clicking on these pieces though, takes you directly to the assignment or the actual piece that you're supposed to complete, and it skips the content. So if you are just clicking on the pieces over here on the right, you're going to miss some pretty important information from your teachers on how to complete all of these things. These tasks will go away as you access them through modules and complete those pieces. So what we want to do is we always want to go to modules after we do announcements and get started with our tasks. You're going to want to start with the piece that's at the very top. And as you complete these, you'll just click on the page and access that information. Okay? Scrolling down, you will see a tab or a button that says Next. You will click on that to progress to the next page. That setup is the same as it was in the spring. Okay? So you'll read through the information, click on any links that are provided, complete any tasks that are given to you there by your teachers, scroll down and click Next. As you scroll down and click Next, it's not going to do it for me, but as you scroll down and click Next, Canvas will put a green check next to each page that you've completed, okay? And once you submit an assignment or a discussion or a quiz, it will also provide a green check on the right side to show that you've completed it. Once you've completed all things in a module, it will say completed in the top header of your module, okay? Let's take a look at discussions. Just like discussions in the spring, you will click on that and follow all the directives given to you by your teacher, okay? You will have a rubric provided, so you'll know how you'll be graded on each of those discussions. In order to reply, you'll click in the space that says reply, you'll type your response and click post. For some of you, your teachers may ask you to engage with at least one of your classmates by replying to their post. That's a pretty important piece. Don't forget that, because that's probably in your rubric as well to be graded. To reply, you would just read through and click reply, okay? And enter it just like you would here. Scrolling back up, I'm going to go back to modules, and I'm going to show you an assignment. Now, each of your modules are going to be set up into a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday template. So on Monday, I would complete these 4 pieces. On Tuesday during the week, I would complete these 3 pieces. On Wednesday, I would complete these 5 pieces. Okay? You complete the things that are listed there for each day of the week. Now, Mrs. Stepansky is going to talk to you a little bit more about your asynchronous and synchronous practice in classrooms this afternoon during advisory, but I am going to point out that you have a synchronous schedule that was printed off and given to you with your schedule today. Synchronous means live and at one time, so that will house the links for you to access the live classrooms for that particular class. You do not have a live class for every single class every single day. And Mrs. Stepansky is going to go over that, that schedule with you as well. Okay? So clicking on the assignment, because it's the next piece in my order, it'll open it up. And this says to turn in your initial version. So I would go to Submit Assignment. And my options here are to do a file upload. I could upload something from my computer. I could provide a website URL, or I could access something from my Google Drive. Okay? Here's the important piece, is to actually click the Submit Assignment button when you've done one of those three things. You do not need to do all three, you just need to do one. But this is the important piece, to actually click Submit. After you're done, again, you would progress to the next page just by clicking Next, okay? Your grades, this is an important tab. So clicking on grades, you will see a list of the assignments that your teacher has posted in the course on the left side. These are linked, so if you were to click on one of the links there, it would take you to your submission for that assignment. There's no preview here because this student, the test student, has not submitted anything for this particular assignment. If it's past due, your teacher may add a comment here to make sure that you submit it. You can read any comments that a teacher provides here or through the gradebook, okay? This specific assignment is out of 200 points. The blank here would be the number of points accumulated by the student divided by the total number of points. It would also show you the percentage there, okay? So going back to grades, I see that it's missing, okay? If there was a due date and you didn't turn it in, the status will show up as missing. If you turned it in after the due date, your status will be late. So here, the out of, that's the total number of points that the student could earn for this particular assignment. Your score is going to be the number of points that you earned on that assignment. Up at the top right is a total that will convert to a percentage as your teacher grades your different assignments, okay? You can also scroll down and the bottom will tell you the total number of points that you've earned, that's what I've highlighted there, divided by the total number of points accumulated from each of the assignments, okay? The last part, well, two more pieces, I'm sorry. Clicking on conferences. I don't have access to this because I'm in student view. That's why it's showing access denied. I will go back and show you that in just a minute from my side. So let's click on syllabus. Each of your teachers has uploaded a syllabus to your courses. You can click the link here to download the syllabus to your device, or you can click the magnifying glass to see a preview of that syllabus. And the syllabus has some pretty important information on it regarding the course itself. It'll give you your teacher's name, the remind code, an email address, and their office hours. It will also show you a description of the course itself. That description is then broken down into the different units that you'll be covering in that course. So for my theater arts class, we're starting with the 3 W's of theater arts, which is the who, what, and why. And then we're going to go around the world studying different theater in these different regions. Scrolling down, you'll also see how you'll be counted for attendance on those remote learning days. You'll have a preview of your course grading guidelines and how the course is broken down overall. Okay, scrolling down on our syllabus page, this course summary will give you a breakdown of all of the pieces that are due on each of the days in your course. This will populate as teachers put in new assignments. All right, the last piece I did want to show you was the conferences page. So I'm going to leave student view so we can actually see that here. You would have access to conferences on your page if and when your teachers utilize this feature. Conferences is just like Google Meets or Zoom Hangout, where you have to join the conference and access that. Your teachers have access to ask you questions through that and take polls, write on whiteboards. It's very engaging and interactive, which is really, really cool. Okay. I think that I have gone through this presentation really, really quickly. So I'm going to go back to the chat feature and see if there are questions that I can answer. All right, so Janaya, yes, you will be getting the codes for your classes. The plan for that is by the end of the week, those codes will come to you either in a one-pager where you can click on those codes, or your leadership advisory teacher will be reaching out to you with those. So just be on the lookout for some communication from us by the end of the week so you can get enrolled into your classes. Our goal is to have all students enrolled into all of their classes by the end of the week. Are we doing schoolwork today on Canvas? You will be going through your leadership advisory class today after lunch with the students that are in your classroom. That will be teacher-led by Mrs. Stepansky. She's going to walk you through that. You should have access to all, if you're here on the campus, if you're here on campus at school, you should get enrolled into all of those courses today so you can peruse those as well. When will I get my password for Canvas? Okay, so that question, if you are having some specific problems with getting enrolled into or logged into Canvas, either reach out to me or to one of your teachers and we will get you set up. Okay, I don't know any of my classes listed besides my leadership. Again, Michaela, it sounds like you should get that information by the end of the week, okay? Don't you make your own password? So it depends, for making your own password, it depends on if you are a new user or not. If you are a new user and need to create a new account, yes, you will create your own password. Some students had a password that they used to log into Canvas from back in the spring. If we don't remember that password, we'll need to click Forgot Password and wait for a password reset from Canvas. There's also an icon on the login page at the bottom that's the capital G to log in with your Gmail. You need to be logged into your Glow email account before clicking that. You could try to click that to see if it allows you into Canvas. Okay. You have to reset yours. Yeah, some of us do have to reset our passwords because we may have forgotten them, but you can also try logging in using that Google icon to log in with your Gmail, okay? Any other questions that I can answer while we're here on the call? And teachers that are in the classrooms, if your students have questions, you can type those into the chat as well. Ladies, if you have problems resetting your password and you need assistance with that, I'm going to type my email into the chat. Please use my email to reach out to me for assistance if you need it. You can also reach out to any of your teachers If they can't answer your question, they can push that question to me as well. Teachers, are there things that you think that I need to cover that I may have missed at all? Okay, I'm going to wait on the call for just a couple more minutes for those of you that may have other questions. If you don't have questions, feel free to move on to something else, okay? Just to ask students to be patient with themselves. Yes, Ms. Sharp, that's a great comment. So Canvas is new to some of us, and it does take us a little bit of time to get everybody enrolled, making sure that you are in the right classes and that your schedule is set and ready to go. Sometimes we can log in and get logged in and have all of our classes, and then maybe we forget our password or we're having issues getting logged in. One thing that I've noticed, some students, they're using the incorrect website, so make sure to be using canvas.instructure.com as you are trying to log in. Please do not Google Canvas and try to access it that way. It may not take you to the right website. So we do ask for your patience in getting everybody enrolled into the right courses. Will we talk about the synchronous schedule later in another session? Mrs. Majeski-Turner, yes, the goal is to do that during advisory. I can also go ahead and touch base on it right now since we do have the time. Ms. White said that if you run into problems, don't make new accounts. That is a great suggestion. If you do run into problems, email your teachers. Please do not make new Canvas accounts. That can be really problematic on our end and on your end. Very confusing for everybody. So please do not make a new account. Please reach out to us to allow us time to help you problem solve and get in with the account that you have created already. Okay, so Mrs. Majeski-Turner, let's take a look at the synchronous schedule. I am still presenting, okay? So those of you that are here at school, again, Mrs. Stepansky is going to review this during Leadership Advisory, but I can touch on it also because hearing it twice is always helpful. You all should have this piece of paper in your binders. The term synchronous means that we're learning together at the same time. You all will be on a virtual call like we are doing right now with your teacher and your other classmates that are in the same core as you are. You're going to be doing that at the same time. This is in sync with one another, okay? Your asynchronous practice is learning that takes place on your own time. This is independently through Canvas, okay? So those are the two differences between those two words. So each week from 9 to 9:30 on Mondays and Thursdays, you will have your leadership advisory class, okay? That is a synchronous moment. On Mondays and Tuesdays from 10 to 11 a.m., you will have a synchronous class with your Core 1 class. Whatever is on your schedule as your Core 1 class, that's the class that you will meet with from 10 to 11 a.m. on Mondays and Tuesdays. Your Core 3 class will meet on Mondays and Tuesdays from 11:30 to 12:30. Okay? So any asynchronous work is done on your own time in the afternoon. Okay? It doesn't have to just be Core 2 and Core 4. You can work on Core 1 and Core 3 asynchronous assignments during that time too, if you have them, okay? Wednesday, the whole day is an asynchronous day. There are no synchronous meetings scheduled with your classes. Your teachers will have office hours from 1:30 to 2:30, so if you need to reach out to them, that's a perfect time to do so. On Thursday, again, you have a leadership advisory synchronous session from 9 to 9:30. On Thursday from 10 to 11, you'll meet with your Core 2 class synchronously. And on Thursdays from 11:30 to 12:30, you'll meet with your Core 4 class. On Friday, you do not meet with leadership advisory, but you do still meet with your Core 2 and Core 4 classes. Core 2 from 10 to 11, Core 4 from 11:30 to 12:30. The afternoon is time for you to do asynchronous work in any of your classes, okay? I encourage you, though, to always check all of your classes every single day for content, okay? Those synchronous classes, the links for those will be listed under the day where you have a synchronous class on Canvas, okay? Let's see what the other chats were. There were new accounts. Make sure to register for the correct core in your classes. Yes, please use your schedule as you are enrolling into each of your classes. If you do not have your schedule, you can come by the school to pick that up, or we will get those emailed out later this week, okay? I don't have that kind of schedule in my binder, okay? Are you on Canvas, Indy? No. So we will get you one of those, okay? Yeah, they were just printed yesterday. So when we will start our classes, yes, all synchronous classes do not start until next week, okay? You do have some work in Canvas listed there today. Yes, Mrs. Sharp, we can definitely add this document, the synchronous schedule document, to the list of things that students have access to. We'll send that out as well. Great questions. Glow girls shine, that's right. So to enroll in your classes, you will need your student schedule, and you will be sent the links to those, to each of your classes to click on. Before you click on those links, you want to make sure that you log into Canvas and then click on the links that are sent to you, okay? Okay, any last minute questions before we wrap this up and you can go to lunch? All right, well, thank you everyone for your participation and cooperation. Janaya, you will be sent those links through your email at some point, okay? If you have specific questions on getting logged into Canvas, Janaya, just send me an email, okay? Or email one of your teachers specifically. We'll get you set up. Have a great rest of your day. And if you need something, let us know. Thanks so much, y'all.